Hey guys, this is going to be my rank 1 Clash of Wills perfect score video that gets a perfect score on level 99 with every modifier activated and gets me to share rank 1 with everyone else this month that is also rank 1. So originally my plan was to pull on the fragment step up banner to get enough shards to EX3 my Louise, and then I was going to UOC 2 extra copies of Bart to EX3 him, and then I was going to do the team. That team would have worked. It was really close to the damage cap. With variance, it would have worked. So I pulled on the fragment step up banner today because it was available. I didn't record it. I usually don't record quick pulls. It was a single lap. I wasn't going to make a whole pull video for just a one single lap video. But during I'm gonna show this might not show properly on if you're viewing this video on mobile, but yeah, here's my fragment step up. I didn't screenshot the second step. I forgot to. But yeah, on the first step, I got a Skye, the new Dragoon Skye. The rest of the step up was, as you can see, pretty trash. But I got Skye on step 1, plus the fragment tickets. Because I got Skye, instead of using the fragment tickets on Louise and UOCing more copies of Bart, I'm going to save them till the last day because I knew that even with an EX1 Skye, I could make her work for a rank 1 clear. So I'm not going to EX3 my Louise. I'm going to save those fragment tickets that I got, and I'll wait till the fragment shop closes on September 15th. And the third Clash of Wills will probably be open by then. So I'm just going to sit on those fragments for a month and wait till the next Clash of Wills, and then I'll use those fragments that I already pulled for, and I'll use them to help with whatever I need for the Clash of Wills number 3 when it comes out. Because for this one, I already knew Skye would be enough, and she was. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the video, and you're going to see my clear that I already did. I did it, a few minutes ago. And then at the end of that, I will edit in an explanation of the team, the gear, explaining everything. I'll have timestamps. You can skip around if you want to. I'll also have a detailed turn chart pinned in the comments if you want to follow along with the turn chart. But enjoy the clear. I was kind of stressed out during the clear because I had been running variants and making adjustments. Because I was continuously adjusting my clear every attempt until it eventually worked, and you're about to see the clear that was finally successful. Enjoy! Hey guys, I'm working on trying out this new, my final max score clear. Now that I got a new unit, I completely rebuilt the team around an EX1 unit, which means EX3 for the rest of the team, and it's tricky, but I think it's doable, so we're going to be trying this. And I'll have a detailed turn chart posted in the comments, and I'll explain the team in detail at the end of the video, which you can use timestamps to skip to if you'd rather. But turn 1, we're going to stack Skye's LB. Adele is going to dual cast Bravery and Faith for morale. Faisalit is going to break Shield Volley Shot and Strongest Shielding Slot for morale boost. Elena is going to Radiant and Legendary for morale. Lightning is going to Calamity Border for morale. King Bahimi is going to cover Departed Kings and Royal Break. Yeah. Okay. So we're trying to get morale. The hardest thing so far is getting to high morale by the kill turn without using Ling. Alright, Lakshmi Synergy proc, that's very good. So we can spend most of the turn just doing repeats. But we're going to do base form with Skye and medical aid. Everyone else is going to reload and continue. If Lakshmi Synergy had not proc, we would have used Panacea to cure the debuffs on Adele, but it did proc, so we're fine. Alright, turn 3, we are going to shift Skye and get another stack of her Limit Burst. Everyone else just repeats for morale. Okay. Alright, turn 4 is one of the irritating turns because I couldn't spare the actions to do Mirage and Bushido. I'm having to use the dual cast trick, and I have messed this up more times than I want to admit today. So we're going to dual cast Dispelga. Wait for everything to finish. Alright, dual cast Dispelga. Okay, that worked. And then target quickly. Okay, we've dispelled our team. Adele's going to repeat. Bohemia's going to repeat. Lightning's going to repeat. So is Elena. Everyone's repeating. Yeah, this is a repeat turn. Okay, so morale is moving along nicely. 150. Wow, we are 2% higher than usual. That's significant. You say, oh, 2%, but no, it matters. It really does. This is hard to get morale to the max by the kill turn. Okay, so Adele is going to... I wanted to go with you from Zidane to Sing. Reload. We're going to break and that with this. We got another stack of morale, or another stack of LB on Skye. She's a stacker. She loves to stack. Calamity on Lightning. We reload on Bohemi. And, okay, Elena has a new move this turn. We're going to Legendary and Protection. Okay, so morale with these changes is moving along really nicely. I'm feeling confident a little bit, and then the boss makes me want to punch the screen. But okay, that's okay. Oh, that morale gauge is obnoxious without Ling. Okay, we're gonna go to the base form of Skye, and we're gonna medical aid for morale, because morale is everything. We're going to Calamity with Lightning. We're going to repeat with Bohemi. Charlotte Faisalist is going to repeat. And Elena is going to double cast Morale skills and do Radiant Shield. Okay, perfect. That's actually not bad. We're actually doing okay on morale right now. Okay, so we're damage over time again. This is the last time for this fight. I need to play this dual cast Dispel trick. Please don't fail me. Please don't fail me. Okay. Alright. I think I got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. Whew, we're doing good. So that was turn 7. So turn 7, we're going to reload Calamity U. Bohemi reloads this turn. Elena, yes, okay. Faisal reloads, and Elena imbues Wind this turn from the Craftsman's Book. Okay, so morale is high, but I think this is the turn the boss pushes it up really high. Oh, no, he doesn't, or maybe it's next turn. I don't know. Turn 8. Turn 8, we're going to... Hold on, I'm reading. Okay, turn 8. Yeah, I have a turn chart that I made, and I'll post it in the comments when I'm done. We're shifting Lightning. We're shifting Elena. We're shifting Skye. Yeah, that's it for these. Okay, so we're going to... With Skye first. Skye is the first person this turn. We need to Sharp Spear Focus, Severe Squall, and Overcast Skies as the first action. You got to imperil before we do the rest of this, or it won't count. Okay, now Lightning is going to triple cast Rising Thunderbolt, which is it's not an elemental attack, but she's using a wind weapon. This is just to boost the morale, it's the only reason. Elena is going to triple. We're going to Blade of Dawn, Battle Insight. Don't click Purifying Slash and sabotage your run like I've done twice already. That's a Dispel. No, we're doing Battle Insight, and then we're going to follow it up by Piercing Prism at the end. Wait for this to finish. I don't want to chain anything. That's going to break the boss for even more morale, which is great. It also... Libras don't care. Okay, so Faisal reloads. And Behemoth reloads as well, but we didn't do an attack and magic buff this turn, so we're going to do one from the morale bonuses for a little bit more morale. And Behemoth this turn is going to do something different. He's going to Departed Kingdom. He's going to King's Barrier. And he's... Oh, I did have an attack. Okay, whatever. And then he's going to Rake. Yeah, actually, I forgot King's Barrier is actually an attack and magic buff, so using the morale buff wasn't important. Oh, well. It doesn't hurt. Oh, we are looking good. I think... That stupid bar. We might be okay, though. I think we're going to be just at 200, I think, on this turn. Okay, wait for all the autocasting to finish. Okay, so we're not doing an immunity buff this turn. So we're going to get one from the morale gauge with Resistant Will. Pushes up the morale a little bit. We're going to go back to the base form with Skye, and we're going to Wind Imbue. Charlotte Physalis are going to just do their thing. They are such a dead slot. I hate the EX system. Behemoth needs to shift, and we need to just triple cast the break and then some other attacks. Oh, we can do it this way. We can do Heave, Royal Rake, and Comet Bash. It doesn't really matter that much, honestly. Elena is going to go back to the shift form. We're going to double cast Morale and a Refragmentation. So double Morale and a Refragmentation for more Morale. And Lightning is going to Gun in Peril and double Rising Thunderbolt. And I think we're at 200% morale. If so, this should be the cap. Because I've been so close. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. Unless we get like just a horrible variance roll, and then I will feel real bad. But I think we're going to do good. I think this is the damage cap. Okay, so Edel is going to shift. We're going to do all the shifting first, then we're going to do the morale buffs. So we're going to shift. We're going to shift. We're going to shift. I think this is it. You're already shifted. Elena's going to shift. So many shiftings. And you're already shifted. Okay. So we're going to boost defense and spirit. We're going to boost attack and magic. We'll just do the cure just in case. And we'll do an MP fill just in case. Okay, so Behemoth is going to Meteor and then double Bolting. Elena is going to double Salvation and Piercing. Lightning is going to Rising Thunderbolt 3 times. Skye is going to limit. Physalis is going to limit. And Edel is going to limit. So we're going to send the back row first, then we're going to send the front row, and then we're going to pray for that 2.14. We're looking for a 106-point chain, too. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the old what? Whew. Perfect score, rank 1. Perfect score, rank 1. Yeah, the 106-point chain was my old team. I'm so used to the old team. Rank 1, guys. Rank 1. All because of the off-banner Skye this morning. Oh my god. Rank 1. That means I get my chain cap helm at the end of this event. I don't gotta wait for the third event. I'm getting the chain cap final helm from this event. Okay, I'm gonna get a drink of water, and then I will explain the team and show it and all and everything what went on. Give me a moment to chill out. This has been stressful. I will see you in a few minutes. Or immediately if you're watching the video. Editing is awesome. Alright guys, you just saw the perfect score run. So now I'm going to explain the team and show all the gear and all. So this team is basically exist here just to support Skye. She does almost all of the damage all by herself, truth be told. Elena contributed a tiny amount. I don't know the exact amount Elena contributed. Lightning and Behemoth did basically nothing. Adele did almost nothing because we used a very low spirit break. Faislet might have done like, I don't know, 100 million or something. But Skye, even EX1 Skye did something like 95% of the damage here. So this was the team. Because my Skye is only EX1, I got her today from not pulling on her banner, which means I don't have any summon coins and all. So I just had to grab her shard bundle from the shop for 5k. I figured 5k was worth it for an off-bannered, good unit. But yeah, so I only have EX1, which means I could not bring Louise and I could not bring Ling because they were still EX2. I can't bring Zidane, he's EX2. If I'm bringing an EX1 unit, I had to only bring EX3s, which means free unit Adele, free unit Faislet, the free unit Elena from the anniversary, the free unit Lightning from the panel quest, and then Behemoth, who absolutely loves me. I've gotten him off banner literally 8 times because I didn't even pull on his banner. Or did I? Either way, I have an EX3 Behemoth. I don't even remember. Did I actually chase him? I don't remember if I chased him or not. I don't even remember. In any case, they're all EX3 plus Skye. So, now the way I built this team, it maybe not like the most easy to copy for people because I kind of like built it and adjusted, and then I kept like making changes. So now that I think about it, the final I was just about to show Wolf of Dead. I'm realizing she's my provoker, and I'm realizing, why is she the provoker? Well, because she was on the team when Behemoth wasn't here, and I just never swapped the provoker to being Behemoth. So she's my provoker, which it should have been Behemoth, but like I said, I built this team, and Behemoth wasn't on the original team. But anyway, with the clear that ended up working, she is my provoker. So she is passive provoke. We don't need evasion. Passive provoke, 150 to fire, fire and earth, and then a combined 300 to wind and dark combined. So they are together 300. Status immunity, passive provoke. Also gave her dual cast with Soul of Thamasa, and she's on Fenrir for bravery and faith. This is to raise morale. The hardest thing of the clear was raising morale, truthfully, without Ling. I have a new appreciation for players without Ling because that is a struggle bus. Anyway, she is using a fire weapon, so make sure you never attack the boss if you're using an elemental weapon because that will cause bad things to happen with this clear. She is using Zidane's STMR. She's the singer for the last half of the fight. And other than that, yep. And then shift form, she does her LB, which is an evocation, triple bolting strike frames. So evocation damage, double sword because we're using sword in peril, LB damage, etc. Because we're not using Louise on this clear, I was able to steal all of Louise's gear that normally she's using. So nice. 230, 220, 200 for the relevant stats, and 5,500 magic. And Provoker in the base form. Charlotte Faislis in the base form are mostly a dead slot. They just literally every single turn just casted their attack and magic break to get credit for breaking the boss's attack and magic for morale bonus. We did her physical and magical AoE mitigation for the double morale bonus, and then her AoE general mitigation for the morale. That's all she did the entire fight. She had Riku's pouch in case we did not counterattack with Lakshmi synergy on turn 2. She was the backup to cure the debuffs off of the provoker. Now, having to waste her turn doing that does like hurt your morale a little bit. So you really kind of want the Lakshmi synergies to proc to cure your tank. I've got like the whole team geared in Lakshmi synergy with things like Cypher's Coat for counter boosted chance, just to give more chances to activate Lakshmi synergy on turn 2. Turn 2 is the only time it matters, and she is full evasion in the base form. I'm sorry, she's 85% evasion in the base form. So if she got hit on turn 1, I just reset and come back. Yeah, so 85% chance to evade on turn 1, and turn 1 is the only turn she needs it. So there was her base form. Shift form, she is geared for LB damage. She only shifts on the kill turn, so she needs nothing here. We're using a wind weapon because we're not imbuing with her. I originally was using her to imbue herself with the Craftsman's Book, but like I mentioned, morale was the big problem. I had literally no spare actions for her to imbue herself, so she's taking a damage loss and wearing a wind weapon. Double sword for the Imperil, Dragon Killer, Undead Killer, LB damage. There we go, 4,400 attack, 295 LB damage, 295 Dragon Killer, 145 Reaper Killer. Even though her stats are good, she's just not that strong, honestly. It's an 84x modifier LB. Like, she's not that strong. But she is EX3 and she was free. Skye, we're going to come back to Skye. She was the MVP. We're going to come back to her. Behemi in the base form was our cover tank with evasion. So you can't cover turn 1 because the boss dispels you, but after turn 1, he was covering the rest of the fight. So the units that were like swapping forms and all, they didn't need to worry about any resist at all other than turn 1. So full evasion in the base form. We're using the pink ribbon so he counterattacks with AoE Cure for more morale. I'm not even sure if that works, but it might, so I'm doing it. Lakshmi Synergy to counterattack with a Cure on turn 1. Yeah, and then shift form, he is quote-unquote geared for damage, but again, he doesn't really deal damage. Again, same thing, wind weapon, so we can not have to worry about imbuing him. He's full evasion in the shift form as well, because on the turn we shift, we're still covering, and we shift on one of the turns to use his breaks to get more morale on that turn. Because I had to squeeze every drop of morale possible from this clear to get the 200%. It was rough. Anyway, so every single turn, pretty much, all he does the entire fight is cast cover, and then he does his immunity buff, which makes us immune to breaks and immune to statuses, and that's a pretty good source of morale. If you don't have Behemi, you can use a female unit with the Jade Moon Pendant to do the same thing every single turn, or most turns for morale, but I had Behemi, so we're using Behemi. He covered as well, and then on the shift form, he did breaks, and he was the only source of spirit break on the team. He did a 70% spirit break for Wolf Adele, which is why her damage was honestly kind of low, because we didn't have a good spirit break. But yeah, and then on the kill turn, he chained triple bolting strike with the rest of the whole team's chaining bolting strike except for Skye. And yeah, that was my Behemi. Elena in the shift form is using, she's the second highest damage on my team. She's full evasion in the shift form because we don't want to get hit on turn 1. Now you could technically use Guts on turn 1 and not worry about evasion or resist, but taking damage from the boss lowers your morale. I wanted no morale penalties at all, so I didn't want to Guts. I wanted to immune the damage entirely. And for my personal gear, it was easier to gear her for full evasion instead of full resistance. So I did full evasion. She is using the Tempest Rod for the auto amplify wind because we're not using any wind amplify in the party. So she's getting 10% wind amplify from the Lexa STMR. She's using the Craftsman's Secret Book so she can imbue herself with wind for the kill round. So she's a self-imbuer for wind. She's using the Celestite Helm of Will for the autocast morale per turn in both forms. And yeah, that's all the shift form matters. And then base form, she's geared for damage. She's wearing, double photon core, chain cat boost, dragon killer, undead killer. She's got 300 dragon and 150 reaper. Lightning, as I mentioned at the very beginning, because I knew I didn't need EX3 Louise anymore to damage cap, I want to save those tokens. So I didn't get an EX3 Louise, but we still needed a gun in peril for Skye. So Savior, or not, I keep calling her Savior. She is not Savior Lightning. She is regular Lightning. Lightning was given for free from the panel quest all the way to EX3. So I figured, why not? I gave her a pearl. I EX3'd her, and we used her for her gun in peril. In the base form, though, she's full evasion with, Looming Wrath and Proof of Talent to raise the chance to counter. because of Lakshmi synergy. I really did not want to waste an action having to cure my Provoker on turn 2. I wanted no actions wasted, so I wanted to go all in for curing with Lakshmi synergy. But anyway, base form full evasion, using Galbana Lilies for the auto cast, direct heal and MP. And by the way, the rest of the team is doing that too. Like Elena in the shift form is using Philosopher's Stone for the auto cast, HP and MP. Bahimi is using Philosopher's Stone. Skye is using Philosopher's Stone. I got a lot of Alphonses when I pulled on that banner. Anyway, so for basically the majority of the fight, she did Calamity Border for the resist and the defense and spirit. And that's pretty much it. And then on turn 8, you can only hit the boss with an elemental damage 2 times, and then the 3rd time the boss dispels you. So we only used elemental damage on the boss on turns 8 and turn 9 for setting up, but it does give you morale when you hit with elemental damage. So we shifted on turn 8 and started triple casting damage with a wind weapon. We're using a wind spear 2-hander for the variants, because Skye is doing a spear in peril, so Sid's STMR, for the first time in known history, has been equipped to a unit. We used Sky Feather on Lightning, so we didn't have to worry about imbues. Yeah, so she used the 2-handed spear, and her gear chain cap increase. Because Bohemia is covering, the rest of the team doesn't need any kind of survivability after turn 1. After turn 1, your team is completely immune to everything. So don't worry about survivability other than the form they're going to be in on turn 1. So yeah, we shifted on turn 8, and it was fine because Bohemia covered all the damage, and we didn't have to worry about that. Yeah, so she had Dragon Killer, Undead Killer, Chain Cap boost, and there we go with her skills. 200 Dragon, no Reaper. She had the leftover gear. She honestly did very low damage, and she what am I doing? She chained with Rising Thunderbolt. This is a non-elemental skill. It's a Bolting Strike skill. She triple Bolting Strike with everyone else in the party. Don't use thunder damage on the boss. That'll be bad. Use the non-elemental skill with the wind weapon. And that was our party. And now here's Skye. Skye was the MVP that carried the fight super hard. So Skye, with her TMR equipped, has wind absorption. So you don't got to worry about any kind of survivability on her. For turn 1, she just absorbs it. But when she shifted on turn 1, I didn't want to use any status immunity on the shift form. So she was getting poisoned. So I used the Seraph Staff to prevent her from getting poisoned on turn 1. Because again, getting a debuff applied to you will lower your morale. I wanted no morale penalties. So this gave her immunity to poison on turn 1 without having to worry about the shift form gear. We gave her the Craftsman's Secret Book to self-imbue wind for the kill turn. Now we needed to dispel the damage over time effect from our party because we're not using any bulk at all. We're not using any good breaks. We're not using any good mitigations. So we needed to get rid of that damage over time. Originally, I was using Bushido Freedom and 1,000 Needles to mirage and then dispel my party. But as I've said 10 times now, that was action inefficient, using 2 units to remove the imperil. So I had to resort to the dual cast Dispelga trick with dual cast and Judgment Staff. Now, if you're using Ling on your party, all these hoops I'm jumping through to get more actions for more morale bonuses are not as important. If you have Ling on the team, the morale is a non-issue. So all the stuff I'm doing to boost my morale, you don't need to worry about if you're using Ling. But my Ling is EX2, she could not come to the party. And because we're using a holy weapon in the base form, we do not want to ever deal holy damage to the boss. So on her free turns, we couldn't really attack the boss. We didn't want to guard because she's a stacking unit. So I gave her Sophia's first aid kit so she could cast medical aid as a heal, because healing the party boosts your morale. It also allows her to do something without hitting the boss. So yeah, base form is doing that. Philosopher's Stone so we can get more auto morale. And there we go. Shift form is the damage form. We are using a 2-handed gun because good variance, high damage, and a 35% gun in peril from lightning or from Louise if your Louise is on the party. Other than that, she is built for LB damage. So double-handed gun, her TMR, an undead killer chest piece, just some high attack power accessories, equip gun because she can't do those naturally, chain cap boost, undead killer, LB damage, and then we gave her my best attack power card, which is dramatic costume change. She had maxed LB damage, maxed Reaper Killer, and 275 Dragon Killer. Now, if you, of course, have her STMRs, those accessories will be way better for her because of the killers, but I only have the one copy, and I don't want to STMR mogul her, so we're going to just go with this, and it worked. So there we go. That was the clear. Okay. So if your Skye is EX2, then you could obviously bring another EX2 unit and drop one of these freebie units. Like I would drop from this team Wolfadel. Wolfadel would go away, or Bahimi if you don't have Bahimi, you can get rid of him and bring in an EX2 unit. Ling would have made this clear 1,000 times easier if I had Ling on this party, because like I can't say enough. Fighting that morale gauge was miserable. It took so much tweaking to get that morale to 200% within 10 turns with these units. But we did it. It worked. I am now rank 1. There we go. Hopefully this has been informative. Hopefully you guys can get rank 1 as well. If you've got a higher EX level Skye, it'll be even easier. Okay. See you next time.